You're watching EVH Gear TV, brought to you by Design39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs. Microphones for EVH Gear TV are provided by Rode Microphones, and official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com. Now, here's your host from Ontario, Canada, EVH Gear artist Eric Broadbent.
Hey, how's everybody doing? So I got carried away there. It's really funny. I talk about this on the show a lot. Toys, sometimes little things of inspiration, whether it's a guitar pick or a new cable. In this case, tonight, it's a tuner. The Roadie 2 tuner. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to unbox it. It's already been unboxed, but I'm just going to show you what the packaging and everything comes like. It's a really, really cool device. So thank you for jumping in tonight. The Roadie 2 guitar tuner from Band Industries. Can you see that there? Try to turn it there. Where's a good angle? So thank you, everybody, for jumping in. I'm going to try to get over to the chat here as much as possible as well, too. But this thing is really, really cool. And it goes to show you how a new device can bring some inspiration. I'm playing a PV Wolfgang right now, USA, and it's tuned to standard pitch, which you heard me doing a couple of the Eddie patches that are tuned to standard pitch. And I don't usually play in standard pitch. So that alone makes me feel kind of inspired to play. And it's really, it sounds nice. And I use the Roadie tuner to get to the pitch. So we're going to have a quick look at it here, and I'm going to show you what it does. I'm going to show you some really, really cool Bluetooth features, how we can pair it up with your device, like your phone, or in this case, I'm going to use my iPad, and I'm going to show you that on the screen. So I hope everyone's doing well. And so here's the box itself, really nice. It's kind of a gimmick here on the show. I always get excited about boxes. And any of my product demos that you'll watch, you'll see that I get excited about the darn boxes, but it's packaged very, very nice. It's almost like something you'd see like in a boutique, like a Gucci store or something. All right, so it's very, very nice packaging on it. I'm just going to put it off to the side. Box inside of a box. So the first thing, I was wondering what this was here. I couldn't tell what this was. Inside here is actually the product manual. So you open this up. Also, and I just tore it. I didn't mean to tear it. It comes with a USB cable as well, too, which I already have. Actually, here it is here. I didn't put it back in the box. USB cable for charging. Has a built-in rechargeable battery. Let's put that out to the side. So the manual is quite thick, as you can see. Probably about 6 to 8 different languages. And each language is probably about 16 pages or so. So like any technical device, I always read the manual last, and I had a couple, things I was running into trouble with it, and I couldn't figure it out, so I had to go back and read the manual. So always look at the manual, and the manual is available online, I believe, as well, too, in case you lose it. So we're going to get into the actual tuner itself here, and I'll jump over and say hi to everybody here shortly, too. So tuner comes packaged in the box like that. And at first glance, you're going to think it looks like a string winder, which it is. You can actually use it for winding and unwinding your strings, and it's fully geared and everything. So there's what the unit looks like. You see that? Try to turn a little bit. So there's your typical string winder there. All right, when you turn it on, I'll turn it on. See that? Okay. It's saying electric guitar, I believe, and then there's acoustic guitar. And I'm going to show everybody what you can actually do with this. You can actually set it up for different instruments, just about any stringed instrument. I haven't tuned a ukulele here in the house today. It's not the best ukulele. It's just one of those Mahalo ones. So the geared ratios and the tuning keys aren't the best, but it does have to be a geared ratio tuner. So it can't be like a violin or anything like that. That's like the wooden pegs. You can't tune those. You do need a geared tuning peg, but anything with gears, you can tune pretty much. So I'm going to, let's go over to the app here for a second. See if we can do this. 1 second. I'm going to switch screens. All right. So there's the website. We're going to come back to the website here in a second as well, too. So let's turn that off, put on my iPad. Whoops. All right, there we go. All right. So now I think I'm actually paired to it. Let's find out. I'm going to shut it off for a second. I'm going to turn off the Roadie tuner. Okay, so it's off. Okay, so actually, yeah, you saw that. See what it says on the screen? Disconnected from Roadie 2. So it's a free app download, okay, and it works with Roadie, the first one, and then Roadie 2, which this one is. I'm going to turn it back on again. Okay, so it actually says connected to Roadie 2. Okay, so on the home page of the screen, I'm just going to scroll from my iPad. It just kind of shows things that's happening at Roadie. There's some artists using it and things like that. There's familiar, obviously, Jack White. And just other demos and things like that as well, too. Okay, people using it. So some of the names that you'll recognize. And then you go over to instruments. Okay, you've got acoustic guitar and electric guitar. In this case here, I'll maybe do an acoustic guitar for you tonight. I've got one sitting right behind me. But we're going to go over here and we go into tunings. And this is really cool. So for guitar, you got 6-string, 7-string, 8-string, all that kind of stuff. Your standard tuning, I think you can see all these on the screen. Open G, open D, D modal, drop D, open C. I'm not going to go through all of them. Half step down is what obviously I use a lot for Van Halen. A lot of people will use that for Van Halen. And we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to create a new one. And those of you that follow Eddie Van Halen's tunings closely, you know he's a little unorthodox with his tunings. He doesn't just tune to E flat. He has a few strings that are several millicents or cents out of tune, a little flatter than they should be. And, you know, when we tune to that, at least when I tune to that, I sound bad because I'm not playing the way Eddie does. His approach to the guitar, his hands, his strength, everything he does is different than you or I. So the way he tunes is the secret to his sound. But I'm going to show you how you can actually put Eddie's tuning right into this tuner. It's very, very cool. Maybe what I'll do is I'll pause for a quick second and I'll answer some questions. Let's do that, and I'll come back into actually syncing it up. We're going to try a few tunings, and you'll notice tonight, too, I'm using a non-locking tuner, like Floyd Rose, a non-Floyd Rose guitar. Apparently, this does work on a Floyd, and I'll tell you my findings with the Floyd, and I'm still waiting for some answers back from the people at Roadie to give me some expert answers on it, but I'll certainly try to answer as many questions as I can here. It's very, very cool. So let's go over to the chat. We've got FNAF Gamers here. Lyle Ketchum is here. Mike Francis jumping in saying, hey guys, Draw with Pictures here. Max Reverse, need a drill. Yes, I do need another drill. Single Coil Lover and Humbucker Lover are here. The Law is here. Yo, Killer Pound Cake Tone. Thank you, Jamie. That's courtesy the Line 6 Helix. I can't stop playing that thing. And I'll tell you a funny Helix story towards the end of the show here as well, too. Josh Coble, some of Eddie's best tone on that album. I agree. Justin Garrity says, yo, Eric, holy crap, what a perfect time to tune in. Amazing tone. Thank you. Excuse me. Justin Garrity, R2, R3 locking nut. Sounds good, Eric. Thank you, EVH for sure, he says. Bob Millers says, Pound Cake Baby, FNF Gamers, can I hear some Mean Street? I don't do Mean Street too well. I might be able to pull a little bit of it off. Let me see here. Down towards the end here, Jamie says, how does the Roadie 2 work with floating trems? Every string would need to be tuned over and over, correct? Is this only for blocked or hardtail guys? The good question on that one, Jamie, and I don't have the perfect answer on that. However, I can say this. I did use it on my PRS last night. It has a floating trem on that, not a floating Floyd, but a floating trem. It's I can pull back almost a whole step on it, and obviously dive with it as well somewhat. It's like a Strat style trem, but it is floating, and it did take a little bit of patience. I had to go through the register once and then come backwards again, and I was in tune. Now Floyds, I'll tell you my findings on the Floyds here shortly. I'm still, the verdict is out on the Floyds until I get expert advice back from the staff. And I emailed the support team this morning, but I haven't heard back yet. Obviously, they've got a lot of people to answer to, and mine wasn't an immediate concern either. So I imagine I'll probably hear by tomorrow. Good FNAF Gamers is going to stream later this evening as well too. Let me see here. And one VH fan says, what were you using in the beginning for the detune, or am I totally off? And that was a chorus. No, that was a detune actually. That's a patch that I wrote from scratch on the Line 6 Helix. I'm just using one of their native pitch detunes, and I'm going minus 15 cents on the left and positive 15 cents on the right, giving you that kind of tone. Can you still hear it? I think it's still coming through. Yeah, it sounds really nice, really big, doesn't it? I like it. It's quite nice. Let me see here. Anything else that I might have missed? I think that, well, no, there's still a bunch more down below. Sorry. Frank McNeil says, love my first edition. Got stolen at an event. Tried to get a new one during the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. Was out of my country and had all kinds of tech difficulty. Cool product for sure. Sounding great, Eric. That's from Brian Hudson. Jack Shea Martin says, hey, Eric, almost done with my guitar. I'll send you a picture when done. Nice. Scully's Woodshed says, what's up? Darren Moore says, hey, Eric, and everyone in chat. Just down after a day of classes and work, and I'm dead tired, but always have time for EVH Gear TV. I appreciate it. Brian says, searching for the Pleasure Dome sound. This thing will do it. The Helix will do it for you. Mauricio, I was just talking to you briefly there just before going on live here. I was talking to you on Facebook. Can't wait to learn about this new toy. What is retail price? Let's go back over to the screen for a second. Let's go over there 1 second. Okay, 1 sec. Let's turn off this here. Let's go back here. Retail price it's showing there of $179 Canadian. Now I'm in Canada, obviously, and it detects my area. So if you go to the website, which is roadietuner.com/roadie2, or just go to Roadie Tuner and look for the product, it'll detect where you're from, North America, United States, or UK, and will probably punch in your price. I also have the link in the description down below as well too. So that was the Canadian price, $179. All right, so I'm going to try to highlight some comments here so I can at least come back to it. And let me see here. Okay, we'll leave it right there. We're going to go to one VH fan. Okay, so we're going to pair this thing up. We're going to have some fun with this. Watch this. All right, let's go back here to, let me see here. All right, turn on my iPad, turn off that, turn on the iPad. There we go. All right, so I think we're not paired anymore. All right. So I'm not going to make my guitar actually tune through you're not going to hear me going. Okay, it's annoying. I'll just turn the volume off. All right, so I'm paired right now, and as you can see in here, it says electric guitar. Okay, I'm going to push that. All right, and now it wants to go to standard tuning as the standard one. I'm going to push it again, and it says change tuning. I'm going to change the tuning, and I'm going to go to, as you can see, I can probably try to rotate these. Okay, all the different ones that you saw on the screen there, Open G, Open D, all that kind of good stuff. We're going to do this. We're going to go half step down, all right? So I press that. And you're probably going to hear this a little bit. I just put it on the tuning peg. That's all I do is strum a note. The little beep screen. And then you just go to the next string all by itself. That's good. D. I'm not pushing any buttons. G. I have a hard time with this when I flip it over to the other strings. Come on. B. E. All All right, let's give it a try. Wow. So we're down to E flat. So a half step down, which is fantastic. Let's get rid of the screen again just for a second. So that wasn't that cool? And you can use it as a winder. You can actually just push a button and turn it one way to wind your strings if you're actually putting on a fresh set of strings. Or if you want to, detune or unwind the strings before you cut them and put on new strings, you can use it as a winder as well. So that was strictly the half step tuning. Okay, so we're going to try one more for fun. We're going to try this. We're going to go electric guitar again. Okay. And it says we're at our half step down tuning. I'm going to push it again. And I'm going to say change tuning. This time, let's try something different. Let's try open D. All right. Here we go. A string. G. All right, B. That sounded like that one might have been out. We'll check it. Now, sometimes it can be out, so you just got to go back and double check it again. That's way out, so we're going to try that again. That was bad. And I think it's the way I was holding it on there as well, too. So let's try that again. So we're going to go back to D. Okay, A. D. See, that seemed flat. B. See, that's flat. Okay, I'm going to go back just to the B string. Just 1 second. Just because I want to check that B. Okay, see what we got now. The D's out. Check the D. And see, that's no fault of the tuner. That's me. I'm in a very weird position here holding it. And I wasn't probably holding it on the tuning peg properly. So let's go back to the D. There we go. Listen to that. detuning. So I think what I was doing wrong there as well too, is I wasn't holding it properly on the tuning key. And I find the best approach to this is as light as possible. You don't want to manhandle it, at least in my opinion. Just kind of rest it loosely on the tuning key, and it does its work. So what we're going to try here in a second, watch this. We're going to do the Eddie Van Halen. If you guys have the guitar issue, I'm not sure which one it is. Many of us have it. It was from last year after the tours, and it was giving Eddie's rundown, all his pedal settings and all his amp settings, and we all try to set our amp just like Eddie's, and it never sounds like him, and it never will. But it also outlined his tunings as well. So let's go over and let's have a look at that for a second. This is cool, okay? Let me switch tabs, and let's go back to the browser, and let's get rid of my iPad for a second, and let me see, put the browser back on. All right, and let me get a sip of coffee. You can't even see me drinking coffee right now, but I'm going to get a sip of coffee. Okay. All right, so on there you see Eddie Van Halen reveals the secrets and all the stuff, right? All his pedals and all that kind of stuff. There's a video that's missing probably for copyright issues, all that kind of stuff. Some live videos. We're going to scroll right down to the very good part. Let's keep on scrolling. There's a cool video. All right, so now we're getting, here we go. That's what we're looking for right there. So if you notice, it says his tuning. That's going from high E to low E, down to the D tuner. So obviously he tunes down a half step. The high E, the B, and the G string, actually, the top four strings are all out of tune, somewhat. So they're tuned to E flat, but the -9 cents on the E flat, -9 cents on the B, -3 on the G, and -1 on the D. A and then the low E are perfectly natural. So in other words, the top four strings are slightly out of tune, if that makes sense. All right, so let's do this. Let's turn off. Let's go back to iPad. Turn off that. All right. So now we are still connected. Okay. Let's try this. So we want to go back to tunings. Okay, and we're going to add one. All right. So let's do this for a second. Let's actually go home for a second. Instruments, electric guitar. Okay. All right. So we want to go tunings. Sorry. Create a new tuning. It's like right in front of me. Okay, this is what's really, really cool. Unfortunately, I still have the screen open. Okay, so notice right dead center. I wish I could point with a cursor. I can't. But see how it says right dead center. It says natural. All right. Okay, sharp or flat. So I'm going to change that to flat. Okay, so now it's basically, I think, is it the same all the way across? I think. Okay, so I have to say flat for every string. Okay, so let's start that first. And I'm not watching my screen right now, so I'm assuming that's changing. It looks like it is. Okay. All right, so now I've got an E flat tuning. Nothing crazy about that. Now what we're going to do is now we're going to be a little creative. Now we're going to go and do the Eddie Van Halen tuning, and we are going to throw it out of tune a little bit more. So we're looking at -9 and -9 for the E and the B string. Okay, so there we are there. I'm just going to take the slider here and go. So you can see it's changing. 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Oops, I went too far, didn't I? There you go. All right, now I'm going to repeat that on the B string. -9, right? I think that's it. My vision is really bad. And -3 on the G flat. Okay. I lost where I'm looking at. Where am I looking at, guys? Oh, there we are. -3. Okay. And now the D string is just -1. Okay. Whoops, too far. Okay, and then the E and the A and the E are dead zero. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit save. And it wants us to give it a name. Okay. Okay, come on. Haha. Spelled it. We'll call it Eddie Tuning. Okay. Next. So you see that at the bottom there? You see Eddie Tuning. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. It's kind of grayed out. Okay, so now what I want to do is my Roadie tuner is turned off. It's got a kind of a timeout safety feature, whatever. It shuts itself off. I turn it back on. Okay, it says it's connected. I'm going to sync that now. I hit the sync, and it's going to, anything I've just done now is going to send it back to my tuner. Okay, so it's synced. All right. Now, I'm not sure if I have to shut it back off but I'm going to go to electric guitar again, right? And it's got the last tuning I did, so I want to change tuning. Change tuning. Ha! Eddy tuning. Can you see that? It actually says eddy tuning. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's give it a try. Godspeed. This is cool, isn't it? Okay, now it says it's in tune. Nope. Nope, made a mistake. So we just have to go back. I did something wrong. Electric guitar again. Eddy tuning. Okay, so we're going to go back to the E. And here's an answer I have to get from them as well, too. I'm going to ask them if it's better to hit a note and let it sustain or keep hitting a note. Okay. Okay, good. Good. All right, set G string. Good. I think we're better this time. It's just my pressure I'm putting on. I know I'm doing it wrong. Okay, what do we got now? Nope. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's throw it out a bit. Okay. I'm gonna go higher than I should be. I'm gonna go much higher. So I'm really high. I'm gonna get. Okay, let's try that same tuning again. All right, so we got eddy tuning. Yep, E flat. Okay. Something is really wrong there. I got to figure that out. Actually, 12th Fred has a good question too. He says, how will the tuner work in an ambient environment? Works well when you're in a room with no background noise. Actually, it's not the noise at all. It's the vibration. Just like your typical headstock tuners, it goes all strictly by vibration. Let's go back and look at the tuning that I made for a second to see if I did something wrong on it. Okay, so G. Okay. Oh, -4. There we go. Yeah, I think someone was saying, okay, well, that's not that much of a difference. It should be -3. But that little bit isn't going to throw it out the way I had it there. Okay, let's take a look at the E. The B is good. E is good. All right, go down to the... So G was giving us the hard time. So that's 0, and that's fine, and that's flat. A's flat. D is... Okay, there we go. There's a problem, a big problem. Okay, and that's -1. Was that correct? Yep. Okay. Let's make sure these all say flat. See, once this is done, you save it. You don't have to worry about it. But I made a mistake. I think I had the D as a natural, and that could throw things off. Okay. So it's saving eddy tuning, and let's go back and sync that again. Thanks for your patience. We're learning this together. I kind of like these when we learn together as opposed to I could fake all this behind the scenes. Okay, so my iPad went down. 1 second. Let's turn it back on again. So where's the Roadie tuner? Where's Roadie tuner? Here we go. Okay, let's go back to sync. Okay, all right. Electric guitar. Eddie tuning. And let's see what happens. That sounds better, I think. There we go, magic. So that is Eddie's exact tuning, where he's slightly out of tune on the E, B, and G. There, I got it. So it was a problem with the G string. I was slightly out of tune on that. So I'm going to show you, let's try an acoustic guitar here in a second. I'm going to see if I can put this guitar down. We'll try an acoustic and give you a better representation as well, too. Then I'm going to come back over to the chat and see if I can answer any other questions. But as far as the noise, as you were asking a moment ago, you could be in a bar as loud as like with the band, band playing. And if you got an electric guitar and acoustic guitar, it's going to sense the vibrations right from the tuning peg and tune your guitar. So let me put this down for a second. And hopefully that baby doesn't fall. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the other screen for a second. We don't need the app now for a second, but anything you can do, you can save it right back to the app. All right, so got a big old jumbo Washburn acoustic. All right, want to try, we'll do something stupid. We'll do the open D tuning, or maybe G. Okay. All right, so we're going to, it still says electric guitar. Whoops, hang on, I got to go back. Let's go back again. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm going to go to acoustic guitar. Change tuning. And let's try an open G. How about that? Okay, here goes open G. And we're learning together. A string. Try to see the tuner. D. Okay, so it says wrong string. It does that if it detects it wrong. So you just press it and go back again, and you go back to the D string again. It'll actually go red and say wrong, but it's not the wrong string. It thinks it is. G. Okay. And E. There you go. Try another one. All right, so go electric guitar. No, sorry. Acoustic guitar. Okay. It defaults to electric guitar. Acoustic guitar. And let's change the tuning. Let's go change to, whoops, change tuning to, let's try open D. All right, here goes. A string. D. That's good. Oh, see, I fell off the tuner. That was my fault there. I fell off the key. So if I press it, it should let me go right back to that string. Okay, there we go. I fell right off it. It's because I'm trying to hold it up to show you. That might be out. It seems like it is. There you go. It works. We'll try one more just to show that I'm not tricking you guys, that it is actually working good. And I'm learning with you as well. Let's try, let me see, want to try a open C? I haven't tried an open C on this guitar yet. Godspeed, let's give it a try. And yes, this guitar needs a cleaning. Look at that headstock. Centrally is going to kill me. Okay, so it fell off the peg. Let's do that again. Okay, simple as resetting it. Okay, try it again. At least it lets you know. And it gives you a really strong vibration too. So if you can't even hear that beep, if you're doing it in a loud room, you'll feel that vibration and you know that you did something wrong. You just got to go back and repeat that string. Good. It's all right, yeah. Last one. There you go. Doesn't that sound nice? Now, one's out just a little bit. I wouldn't mind repeating that just to check it. Okay, 1 second. Just for fine tuning. Okay. Shouldn't be much. Nice. See, cut off the string. 1 second. We almost got it. Easy adjustment. There you go. We got it. Perfect. I'm going to put this one back down for a second. Grab the electric again. And I'm going to go back to standard tuning just because I was enjoying that, and we're going to leave it there, and I'll answer some questions. And then I've got a couple of fan questions I'm going to read as well, too, from my phone. All right, so electric guitar. I'm not going to use the Eddie tuning. I'm going to go change tuning. I'm looking for standard. Standard. And here we go. That's not right. Let's check that one again. I can sense that one's off. D. Always trust your ears as a fail-safe. We've had our ears a lot longer than we've had tuners, so trust your ears, but trust technology too. That's flat. I know that's flat. We'll go through the rest of them and we'll come back. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go back through it one more time because I know there's a couple strings that are out. Nice. So that's flat. Okay, try one more time. There we go. I can tell that was better. That was good. I can tell that one was good. There you go. There you go. And I'm in an awkward position here too. I see a comment from King Diamond. He says it seems like it would just take too long. I've actually seen it tune in as little as about 15 seconds all the way through, and then I've had some imperfections on it as well too. I find for myself when I'm holding it like this underneath, I might have better luck if I hold it with my right hand on the tuning pegs. I don't know. I haven't found the comfortable spot for it yet. On guitars with 6 on the side, I found it really easy. Boom, 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 like that. It was really, really easy for me. It was just a balancing, and that's more than likely some things I was doing wrong there, King Diamond. I was probably holding it wrong, going on to the upper side of the tree. So that's imperfections on my part, but it actually does go very, very quickly on the boys. Telly I did the other day too, right through, no problem at all. And it was a matter of like even going from E flat to a standard tuning or to an open tuning, it was about 15, 20 seconds, and I had it all fully in tune. So I'm going to scroll back and I'm going to have a quick look again over some of the questions that I may have missed. Let me see here. So yeah, there one VH fan was talking about the chorusing effect I was using with the pitch to tune. He's going to use that on his Eventide, and that will work very, very good. Thank you for the detailed answer. You're very, very welcome. Lyle Ketchum says that's American. The Jamie Law says, thank you for the response. Perhaps the Roadie 2 can overcompensate when fighting the springs. Who knows? It works somehow. I want one, just couldn't find any Floyd user to confirm it. And I'll tell you what I did last night. And I did tell the support staff at Roadie this, and I feel embarrassed to say how I did this because I did not even know how to do it yet. So here's what I did. In theory, obviously, you can't tune your strings when you've got the lock nut engaged because you'll snap the strings eventually. So I did obviously like you do with any standard Floyd, unlocked, tuned to the pitch I wanted, which was in this case, it was a half step down, a Van Halen type tuning. And when you lock your Floyd nut back, you always tend, from some of the strings, especially the thicker strings, you tend to obviously raise the pitch a little bit. And, in theory, obviously, you're clamping that down, it's going to raise the pitch. So what I did there is I actually just took the Roadie tuner, for example, and I put it on, so I locked my locking nuts back down, and I'd strum the note, like the open E, and then I would fine-tune with my fine-tuner on the Floyd, using this just as an acoustic resonator to pick up the tuning. And let's try this for a second. Pretend this is a Floyd. I'm going to show you how it would work. I'm going to just try this in theory to see if it still works. I'm going to use the A string just for a resonance test. I'm going to put the tuner just on the neck of the guitar, just holding it, and see if it detects the note. Okay, let's try it and see what happens. Or maybe towards the headstock. I know it beeped yesterday. I'm a liar now. Sounds like me with a chicken wing in my throat. It did work yesterday. I'm lying now. Okay, so the verdict is out on that one. Wonder if it'll work off the body of the guitar. Huh, it did. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Okay, I'm not lying. Let's try D. It works. Try G. Put it closer to the microphone. Close, but D did. So we got to go back to D. I'm just showing you that it'll still work that way as well, too. Oh, wrong string. It beeped. So it's letting me know it's actually resonating, picking up the vibrations like a standard tuner would, like a headstock tuner. So that's how I would do it with the Floyd Rose. I'm waiting to hear back from the support staff to let me know exactly how that works. But it does work with it, supposedly. So they say it's right in the frequently asked questions. If you go to the website, which I've included in the link below in the description, you'll see that it does work there for sure. So let's go back and see what else I might have missed. Jamie, I know Jamie's really interested because of the Floyd, because every guitar he has, it's a Floyd. Jason says, great tone of the Helix. Have one myself. Have you ever checked out the Yamaha THR10X? I have not, but I know a lot of people that have them. Fantastic amplifier and great for VH tone. Cameron does that really well. He's used as a Yamaha and has fantastic Van Halen tone. Let me see. Jackson Martin says, what is the website you were just on? It is, it's in the description below as well too, but it is roadietuner.com. And then for the actual Roadie 2 that I have here is roadietuner.com/Roadie2, but the link is in the description below as well too. Let me see here. So yeah, I answered the question about the ambiance environment. It works well when you're in a room, but with no background noise. But yeah, if you're in a very loud room, it's just strictly vibration. So Jackson Martin answered that as well too. Let me see here. Anything else I might have missed? David Ennis is jumping in, saying, hey, Eric and Poison Ivy. Andrew Emery says, wow, Roadie worked well. And you know what? There's a couple flaws, but the flaws were on my part. I have to take responsibility for that. It was the way I was holding the tuner, and it's a learning curve. You'll learn it overnight. And I haven't even really had a lot of time with it. I just got it yesterday and just experimenting with it throughout the day today. But you'll learn it. And I'd much rather, some of these things, like, I do a lot of produced demos where I'm going to have multiple camera angles and all this other kind of stuff, and I can edit till the cows come home. And, all those little imperfections that you saw here live on the air, I could have hid those. But this is an honest way of doing it. We're learning the product together, and I think it's a lot more believable when you get to see, me making some mistakes. You'll make some mistakes as well, too. Every piece of technology has a little bit of a learning curve. And I know people might say, well, how much learning curve does a tuner have to have? Not much. Just spend a couple minutes with it. Refer back to the manual if you're stuck. Experiment with your mobile devices and stuff like that as well, too. So there you go. So Brian says, wow, 5150 Fly Guy says, do you know where Eddie puts the flanger in the loop or not? No, definitely not in the loop. It's in the front of the amplifier. Jack J. Martin says, what amp should I get, 5150 350 watt or the 1x12 5150 combo? That's a good question. If it's one or the other, combo is nice. Combo's nice. But you're also looking around a little bit of weight. If you're going to go to a buddy's house, maybe they've got a cabinet over there. The head's always nice to have. The new 5153, the 50 watt EL34 is a beautiful, beautiful head. I would lean more towards that one, my personal opinion. Then again, things are going to be announced tomorrow with some cool stuff as well too. So check that out tomorrow. 12th fret says try the 51. Yeah, EL34, it's killer. Like I says, I have two of the EL34s and really like them. I use them in a wet dry stereo rig. Perfect. And also has a stealth, uses for headroom and other stuff. Very, very nice. Mauricio says, I need one. Thank you for the demo. You're very, very welcome. Hit those guys up and look at your, I think you can purchase online. And then if not, look at your favorite retailers as well too. But definitely hit the website first and they will point you in the right direction. Do you think they'll make an EL34 lunchbox? Because of the architecture of it, I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. Let me see here. And thank you for the demo, Eric. That's from Flyguy. You're very, very welcome. And it's nice. If you guys like these, I'm going to try to do a few more of these. Not all of my demos are going to be live because you never know what's going to happen. It's live, right? But I do like it live because that shows my sincerity and my honesty. The fact if I mess something up, I'm not going to hide it. And it's my fault. I messed a couple things up, but I still think it was I think it went over very, very well. And I love the tuner. I'm going to continue to use it. Let me see here. Software as a useful tuner. RoboTuner software. That's cool. King Diamonds, give me the thumbs up. Let me see here. Turkey Trail, Honeybee Farm, Georgia. Okay, very cool. Nice to see you, Turkey Trail. Insomniac Matt says, on the topic of amps, I wouldn't mind getting a PV5150 6505. Had many of the PV5150s in my day. Love those amplifiers. I miss them. I don't own a single one anymore. And Mariano, I want to get closer on this. Mariano Brasic. I hope I got that close. Hello, it's Mariano from Miami, Florida. Great sound and gear. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mariano, for joining. I'm glad to have you here. Rollcamp 56, hi, great demo. Are you going to NAMM? No, I am not going to NAMM this year. Next year, Sandra Lee and I and Junior, hopefully all three of us are going to be there. It's a very, very long story, but her health doesn't permit me to be away from her for more than an hour or two. So unless I either have family sit with her or I bring her and Junior with me, which is probably going to be the case, we'll be there. But it's been a rough year for the family that way. But positive vibes. All you people bring positive vibes, and who knows what that brings for us. It's been helping a lot. I'm going to have some updates tomorrow from NAMM. I'm going to have updates from Line 6 and from, obviously, EVH, of course, EVH. I'll be talking to them very early in the morning, and I'll be bringing you updates throughout the day tomorrow on the channel, and more than likely live as well, too. And there you go. Lyle Ketchum says, let it mess up. It gives us a chance to see how to correct the issues. Well said. Thank you. I like that. Andrew Emery says, thanks for taking the time, Eric. Very, very, I'm very thankful. No problem. Thankful for you guys for tuning in. And Turkey Trail says, hey, I'll run them all live. I might do a lot of them that way. You know, it's kind of cool. I feel like it's like, you know, you get a new game system or a new stereo system or some kind of a new toy, and, you know, you got your buddies over and you're having some pizza and beers and stuff like that. And they come out, hook it up. How come this isn't working? No, let me try this. And we all learn together. And you guys were all giving some comments over in the chat, and it helped me and I help you. And it's a fun way to do it, right? I like it. Eljon, buddy, he says, hey, Eric, cool demo. Sending positive vibes. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you and I are going to be talking very, very soon, too. We chat a little bit back and forth, but we'll be talking very, very soon. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for the positive vibes, and thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. Mariano's giving me the horns up. And Rollcamp family comes first. Hope she has a speedy recovery. It's going to be, thank you very much. It's a lifetime recovery. It's a lifetime recovery, and we're learning every day how to cope with it. And, you know, family is very, very close, as you can see in the chat and people that know me very well. We're a very tight-knit family, so we're here 24/7 together. I work from home 24/7. Allows me to be here to take care of her, and it's fun. And especially with the positive energy that you guys give us, it helps tremendously. And that's great. I can't wait to chat either. That's good. And there you go. Eljon says live is good and less editing too. Yeah, you know, the thing is, I'm such a perfectionist when I do my produced videos, and Junior is my producer, director, everything. And it's so funny. Like I script everything I do, and I have lines when I do my videos. But I mean, you know, obviously not I'm making things up, but proper things. So I have a script and a structure to go with, and I'll read a little passage, and Junior will say, "Okay, Dad, you want to say that with some emotion this time?" And it's you got to. I'm gonna put some of the behind the scenes videos together. It's absolutely hilarious, and then he'll crack jokes and he'll make me laugh. And I'm like, "Okay, I gotta be serious now." And there's like 4 hours of outtakes for every 15-minute produced video I have. It's hilarious. But Junior is amazing, and he's a huge help to me as well. Jamie says, "Oh, what's up, Eljon? Long time no talk," and says, "Hey, Law." So I'm going to grab my phone for a quick second. Pardon me. And there's a question that came in, and this is really funny. It was a Boss Katana question, and I didn't know the answer right away. And here's another thing you guys and girls can expect from me. When I don't know an answer to something, whether it's Van Halen related or whatever, you know, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, oh, you know, I'll make up an answer. Or it's like, you know, you go to Best Buy or something to go buy a computer, and like, does it have a solid state hard drive? And the person doesn't know. Oh yeah, no, you don't want a solid state hard drive. You want a tube hard drive. There's no such thing, right? But you know what I'm saying? They make up things. If I don't know, I'll say, look, I don't know. I'm going to ask. So here's a question on a product that we have here in the house. I did not know the answer to, and it was on Boss. Okay, and I actually asked Yoshi, who's actually at NAM right now. I sent him a message, and I answered it myself before he got back to me. And let me see if I can find the question here. Okay, so my phone is offline right now, but the message is already saved. I turned my phone off so there's no interference. I put it on like airplane mode so there's no buzzing when here, whatever. Okay, so this is from Joel Peters, and I told him I was going to mention this question on the air. I would answer the question on the air. He says, "Eric, hey man, sorry to bother you. I had 2 quick questions. Whenever you might have time, you can, and if you still have to own the Boss Katana, they have a desktop amp coming out." And at first I thought he said desktop app, and like everyone's got apps, right? And I read that wrong. I always paraphrase things. I thought he said desktop app, but a desktop amp, called the Katana Air, and I've seen that. It looks awesome. There's been some really good demos on that. The first Bluetooth and wireless amplifier, whatever. First simple question is, how do you still like it? So how do I like it, or do I still like it? And how is the brown amp model? I'm mainly interested in your opinion of it. Second question is, which you might not know the answer. Are you able to say if you can route computer audio via USB? So if I want to play along with a backing track played from my PC, I would be able to route the audio over USB to the amp. I realize I'm asking about a model that's not even out yet, but I'm thinking the Katana interfaces are all more or less the same, hoping my PC would detect it as an audio interface. I currently have the Yamaha THR-10X, as someone was mentioning in the chat there a moment ago, for when the wife's in bed and I can't use my 5153, so this would be a nice upgrade. Thank you for your time, and best of luck getting Eddie on your show this year. That's from Joel. So, I did not know the answer, and I know on the back of the Katana, it's got like a 3.5 millimeter jack that you could run like your device like this into the phone. You could play like your iTunes music through there, and you could still jam. I know you could do that, but he's asking if you can send the audio back to it through USB. Now, obviously, that thing is designed to hook up to a computer with a USB cable to download tones, patches, and things like that from Boss's version of the cloud, whatever, and it sends audio to your DAW. Right, so it's an audio interface to the computer, and in theory it should work, right, coming back to the unit. So I did not know. I messaged Yoshi. I said, Yoshi, have a great NAM. Quick technical question, because obviously Yoshi has engineered most of this stuff, and he's been involved with all of it, and I know he would have the answer. So he's busy. I didn't expect him to meet the answer. I ran upstairs and grabbed the boy's amp. He has the 50-watt Katana. I said, Junior, I'm borrowing your amp for a second. He's looking at me crazy, like, am I going to get it back? Brought it down here, plugged it in via USB. Now, I'm running a Macintosh, but it'll be the same thing on a PC. I went to my, on a Mac, you hit Option, and then you click on your speaker, and that'll let you choose your input and output settings. And sure enough, it found Boss Katana, or I think it just said Katana, whatever, as an input source and an output source. So I was happy with that, but I still wasn't thrilled. I still wasn't determined that was my answer. I just popped on a YouTube video, plugged in the headphones I'm wearing right now into the back of the Katana. Yes, YouTube is playing through the Katana. I grabbed a guitar cord, plugged it in, and I could jam over the YouTube video. So very, very long answer to a very simple and a very, very good question. Yes, the Katana will work as an audio interface playing back from your computer, your laptop in that case, if you want to bring the laptop next to the side of the bed or something, plug it in, put on some tunes, jam away, and you're just going to hear some string clacking. That's all you're going to hear in the bedroom. So there's your answer, Joel. I hope that makes you happy. It made me happy to find out that you can do that. So there again, I didn't know, and Yoshi wrote me back, and he actually said, I said to him, he says, "What's the question?" I said, "Actually, I answered it myself. Fan asked me if you can send audio back from your computer to Katana via USB. I just tried, and it works. So you can play tunes from your computer and jam with it on the Katana." And I said, "I'm going live tonight at 8 o'clock." And I told a friend and fan I would answer for him live on the air. So see, I don't know these answers all the time. I will ask, and I don't take credit for things I did not learn. But today I did learn. I learned that one on my own because I trial and error, and I'm glad I had one here to at least get you that answer. So there you go. I will always ask. Let me see here. Aljan says, we like it raw. I shoot photos raw. For those that are your photographers, instead of shooting JPEG, I shoot raw. And I'm going to do a photography episode very, very soon, showing off some of my gear. I have a lot of photographer friends that want to see some of the gear that I'm using, so I'm going to go through it. Kind of a rig rundown with camera stuff. FNAF Gamers, Curtis Murat is jumping in. Says, hello everyone, jumping in late. Let me see here. FNF Gamer says, found a PV 1.3 K power tube amp on Craigslist for $125. Does it sound legit? I don't know this stuff. Send me a link to it if you can. You have some of my contact information. Send me a link and I'll take a look at it and I'll give you a bit of my opinion on it. Yeah, and Alshon says, really enjoy my Boss Katana. Super easy to dial in tones. I like it a lot too. I definitely want to check out that Katana Air. I think that'd be fun for the backyard and out and about and stuff like that. But they're great amps, really, really good. I got on that thing right away when that came out and got it for the boy. And I'd like to try to bring it back in here in the studio and do some stuff with that. The Katana head looks pretty cool. I've got a Waza as well. Brown sound is pretty nice. I'd like to try the Waza. That'd be great. And great that Yoshi got back to you. Cool guy for sure. He is. He's probably busier than all heck right now. And he actually took the time to get back to me. Yoshi and Jeff are very, very good people, and they care about technical questions. They care about pre-sales questions, they care about sales, and they care about follow-up questions. But they really like technical stuff, especially Yoshi. You throw technical questions at him, and he's really good at getting back to you. And I think he'll be very happy that I figured that out as well too. So one VH fan says, "Thank you so very much for researching that and answering. Very much appreciated." You're very, very welcome. Brian says, think Ed would join the G3. I always shoot raw. Perfect on the camera. And I don't think, I saw that Satriani was saying he'd like to see Billy Gibbons, Eddie Van Halen. Who was the other one? There was one more. I forget the third name. No, I don't think Eddie would do that. Eddie doesn't seem to be comfortable outside of Van Halen too much. And it's always that comfort zone with Alex. You know, him and Alex are they're like this. They're kind of like Eric Jr. and I, inseparable. I think Eddie could rock on anything. I think he'd do phenomenal, but I just don't think his heart is into anything other than Van Halen, and I can't blame him for that. You know, I know he's done some guest things on a lot of famous people's records and, you know, impromptu live performances. I just can't see him doing a G3 type of thing. I just can't see it. And King Diamond says, thank you for being honest. I can't stand the people that try to sell you things after and lie about it. You get home and it's junk, so thank you. Exactly. There's been some things here that I don't review on the channel for the sole fact that if I can't put my heart and soul into it and my 100% belief, I'm not just going to do it for views. I'm not going to do it for any kind of bonus. If I don't believe in the product, I won't do it. And those of you that know me personally, a few people that know me very personally from my old band experience, there's even been guitar companies that I've worked with in the past that I've actually parted with, and I couldn't believe in the product. I didn't appreciate what they were promoting and the ways they were promoting, like, you know, just not appropriate business. I parted ways with people like that. I have to believe in something. That's why with EVH, and I love them to death. Am I saying they're the best guitars on the planet? Well, I can't prove that. I like them the best. I like them a lot. I like these PVs. This is actually an EVH model PV as well. I've got Yamahas back here. We've got PRSs back here. We've got Eastwoods back here. We've got a little bit of everything. But you know, if there's something that's junk and I don't believe it, I'm not going to try to push it on someone just for some kind of added bonus. So you'll get sincerity here, or you won't see it. Period. That's my speech on that. Okay, so FNAF Gamer is going to go live. Try to go have a live stream, and for you younger guys, you got to check him out. Actually, for anybody, check him out. He's a great player. He's a young kid, but he's a really good player. It's spooky how good he is for a young kid, a young teen. Insomniac Met says honest gear reviews. That's what I like about this channel and Glenn's channel. And you know what's really, really, if you're referring to Glenn Fricker, I'm really trying to reach out to that dude. We are neighbors. We are literally neighbors. I'm like, all this time. I'm assuming that's who you're talking about, Glenn Fricker, right? I could throw it. Well, I'm exaggerating when I say I could throw a stone and hit his house. In Canada, we're neighbors. I could be at his house in 30 minutes. That's how close we are. And I sent him a message the other day, and I'm like, dude, following your stuff, and all this time I thought you were somewhere in the United States, and I started seeing the O-Yart and things like that. That's local. That's somewhat local to me. And then I realized where he lives. I'm not going to say where, because maybe he tells people. I don't know. But it's not my place to say where he lives. We're neighbors practically. So I definitely want to hook up with him. Just fist bump, hey, man, how's it going? Have a coffee or whatever with him. Just to do that. I know he's at NAM right now. So, hey, Glenn. That'd be Glenn Fricker. He's a crazy dude. I just want to say hi to him. Like, hey, neighbor. That's all I want to do. I want to poke my head over the fence and say, hey, neighbor. And that's it. So another crazy Canadian. I don't think I have anything else to go over with you other than just to give you a couple show notes. Why not? Shameless plug. 2 shows this week. Friday, Craig Rundles is back again. Man, he's been playing up a storm. I'm not sure what he's doing for NAMM. I'm sure he's there. Yeah, I know he's there. I don't know where he's playing for any manufacturers or whatever. I'm sure he's probably doing something. I don't know that. I wish I could give you an update on that. I will try to get an update from him. Let him know. But he's here Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturday, I just got to double check the time. I believe it is 3 p.m. Shea Adelican, bass player for Gorillaz. I'm really excited about this, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be outside of my comfort zone because I'm a brand new Gorillaz fan, and that's thanks to Junior. And Junior orchestrated this show. He orchestrated booking this guest. We're talking A-list guests. He's a bass player for Gorillaz. Also plays. He's a great guitar player as well too. Singer. He plays in another side project as well too called Youth of the Apocalypse with Jeff Wooten, who's also the guitar player in Gorillaz. He's just if you got to look up Gorillaz for the past couple tours and just watch him play. He plays a lot of Fender basses, plays Eastwood a lot as well too. Obviously, him and Jeff share the Eastwood line on stage, and they have matching basses with the guitars and things like that. It's really, really cool. But I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of younger audience joining in from all around the world. And that's why I'm having it at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, so people in the UK and that can tune in as well too. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think all these shows are fun, but this is going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. Let me see, who am I missing here? Jason Jesk says, I'm a lefty and got an EVH Standard. No better guitar for the price. I play it more than my Jam 777 30th. Do you think they'll come out with more lefty options? Fingers crossed. And because I'm not at NAMM tomorrow, I don't have the information. I won't be there shooting the video, but I will have information tomorrow morning. As a matter of fact, I talked to the guys tonight, and I could have it as early as tonight, so I'll let you know. There could be some more left-handed options, and I don't have 100% permission to release any information yet, so until they say, Eric, here's what you can say, here's what's available, and here's the pricing, then I won't do that. I don't want to jeopardize anything that I don't have release on. But tomorrow should be the day I can let you know. Let's keep our fingers crossed that there are some more left-handed options for sure. I'd love to see some of the left-handed Stripe series. That'd be cool. I'm not saying there is or there isn't, but that'd be very cool. And Jamie says, I met Glenn at NAMM. Super cool guy, humble, kind, and wicked. I'm anxious to meet him, especially because I said like we're neighbors. And David says, I agree with you, Insomniac Matt. Very cool. I'm going to get one last sip of coffee. It's very cold already. I gave up beers I don't do a New Year's resolution or anything like that, but I don't drink beer anymore. And I am drinking coffee like there's no tomorrow. Like coffee. So if you see me on the show, and if any of you guys watch Beavis and Butthead, and Cornholio when he gets into the caffeine and he's got the hood up and that kind of stuff, that's what I'm becoming. So if you see me tapping something, and then my hands are just sitting here, it's because I've had too much coffee. I could probably play Eruption just by holding my hand and hovering. So too much coffee, but I enjoy it. And now I get to stay up a little bit later, and I practice a little bit more, work a little bit more, which is more like working a little bit more and practicing a little bit less, but whatever. That's all good. Striped lefty would be great. That's from Jason. Well, fingers crossed on that one for sure. And okay, Alshon says, happy to take your beer. I hope sometime to meet you sometime in the near future, and we'll have a coffee and beer, and we'll talk some guitars, and I'm anxious to do some demos for you in the near future. It's going to be a lot of fun. 5150 Fly Guy says, coffee only here, Eric, and stouts are my kryptonite. That's what he says. I was a Budweiser guy, Budweiser through and through. My uncle actually retired as the CEO of John Labatt. There's a useless fact of the day. Here's 2 useless facts of the day. All right. So one uncle retired as the CEO of John Labatt Company, and it was actually really cool because he was chairman of the board on the Toronto Blue Jays and stuff like that too. So it was awesome. Blue Jays games, VIP treatment the whole time. It was great. And also, my other uncle was this is a claim that you can look up. You can totally look it up. Invented the milk bag. So people that used to get milks in jugs, or like they become plastic jugs eventually. But back in the day, they were glass jugs, and they would deliver them to your home. Then these big plastic jugs come out. Now they brought out milk bags. My uncle worked at DuPont, was an engineer at DuPont, and invented with another fellow. But together they invented the plastics through DuPont and made the milk bag. So there you go. 2 useless facts today from me. Useless Canadian facts. How about we make that a footnote on the end of every episode? Useless Canadian facts. And Molson kind of guy. I've had Molson in the past. I think I've had every kind in the past. And yeah, that's a good one. Alshon says, gotta watch those kidney stones. That's something I'm worried about. And Poison Ivy, Sandra Lee tells me all the time, Eric, are you drinking water? I'm like, well, yeah, there's water in my coffee. Drink a lot of water. So I got to start doing that. And I do like water. It's just I get lazy. Don't go to we have one of the, the machines here and everything. But send me a note. 29 Vihol, it says, who's your uncle? Message me through facebook.com/EVH Gear TV, and I'll tell you personally, I don't want to share that on the air just for privacy. But it's actually, well, I'll just say where my uncle's from is from the same town Justin Bieber's family was. So that'll give you an idea of where the family roots of my uncle was from there, and still there. And nothing wrong with those plastic milk bags. Drink a lot of water, and you'll end up like me. Yes, I'm gonna do that. Matter of fact, my coffee's cold now. Anyways, as soon as I conclude this broadcast, I'm gonna get a nice big tall glass of water. Enjoy that. And I think that, what time is it? We're 9:12 here Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to hang out with a boy. His bedtime's coming up on another hour, so I'll spend some time with him and chill. I know he looks forward to that, as do I. And I'm more than likely going to probably pop on live again throughout the week. But before I conclude, this was the most important thing of the whole evening, was the Roadie 2 tuner. Take a look at it one more time. Links are in the description down below, roadietuner.com. It is in the description below. Go check it out. If you have any questions, you can contact them through the website. Let them know that you saw a demo on EVH Gear TV. That's not a requirement by any means, but just, I'm sure they like to know where people hear about this stuff, and say, Eric did a live demo, tell them your thoughts on it, whatever, and check it out. It's really cool. I still have to learn it more, and honestly, I haven't spent enough time with it. I spent the most time with it tonight with you guys on the air, but I think it's a very cool device, and something I will use a lot, and I'm going to use it a lot for the ukulele. I hate tuning a ukulele. Even with a regular tuner, I hate it. So I'm going to use it for the boy. Boys always ask me to tune his ukulele, and I'm like, oh, I can't tune that thing. This thing will do it for me. So it's very cool. And, with all of Eddie's settings, Jack Shea Martin. It's also in the Guitar Magazine, but you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to post this for you right now. How about this? Okay, I'm going to copy it. All right, and I'm going to paste it in the chat. So Jack Shea Martin's asking the website with Eddie's settings. Okay, so it's from Guitar World. There you go. It should pop up. You can grab that link and bookmark it as well too. And just keep in mind, we're all guilty of this. We'll get the magazines. Even back in the day when Eddie was endorsing, he brought out the 5150 through PV. The brochures come out, and we all went to the amp settings right away and dialed in the settings. And this doesn't sound like Eddie. It's because we're not Eddie. And you also got to remember too, there's so much stuff he's running, with the wet rig, speaker loads going off to power amps and different things. There's so many different things that help, get that sound. And even if we had all that, we're still not going to sound like him. But it's fun, and I'm not going to lie and say I didn't go in through the magazines and try to dial in all my settings exactly like Eddie as well too. I've done it a million times, and a million times I did not sound like Eddie Van Halen. But it's fun. That's another reason why we love him so much. It's like, we get mad at him because we can't sound like him, and he gets 10 steps ahead of us, and we just try to stay one step behind or a couple steps behind, and we never do it. It's fun. You got to love people like that. And fingers crossed, we're working on getting him on the show this year. There's some powers that be that are trying to make that happen for us. So fingers crossed. And the questions are already written. They are 100% written, saved, and actually sent off. The questions I've got about 25 questions, allowing to pick a lot of those off because we're not going to have 25 questions. I don't even know how long I can get him for, if I can get him. So I have lots to choose from. And if all goes well, there's some really cool factual things that we can pick from, kind of like a Van Halen Mythbusters. Very cool. It's very, very cool. There's no questions at all on the list for him that are from left field that are going to come in sabotage. They're nothing but proper questions. And when I say proper questions, I'm sure you know what I'm getting at. There's nothing inappropriate, and we're not going to go down any roads that are inappropriate. Not going to necessarily say, it's going to be totally open-ended questions for Eddie. So fingers crossed. It's in the works. Hoping to see that happen this year. Let me see here. No problem, everyone. Ed sound in the hands. Yes, he can play junk and it still sound like Ed. That's right, Jason. You got it. Mike Francis says, thanks, Eric. And King Diamond, thanks later. Thanks for the show. Great one. I appreciate it. All right. I've rambled way too long. Check out the Roadie Tuner. Great product. I sincerely give it my recommendation. I'm going to learn it some more, and I might even do another. I'm not going to do another show dedicated to it, but I'm going to certainly talk about it on future shows and tell you how much I like it as a follow-up, as I've learned it a little bit more. I like the fact that I can interface it with my devices, and I have it actually interfaced now with my iPad and my phone, so I got it on both. There you go, everyone. Have a fantastic night. I will look forward to seeing you guys and girls this Friday night with Craig Rundles, and watch all my social platforms tomorrow and Thursday as well, too, for updates from NAMM as well, too, as I get them. Look forward to seeing you very, very soon. I'm going to turn out to Little Man in a second here. He's going to tell us what his name is, what he's playing. You can also find out some information about my Patreon. See you real soon. I really appreciate your time tonight. Cheers. I am now on Patreon. If you enjoy my content and wish to support my channel and what I do, then please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/EVH Gear TV. Your support assures the continued growth of this channel and a fun community in which to share our love for Van Halen, music gear, and much more.
Hey, my name is Eric and I'm playing the Frankenstrat guitar.
Video production services provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs.